Hey, listen, the main thing I want this podcast to be about, okay, is about us being friends, all right, and we fucking roll.
Hey, welcome to the 2A brother. Welcome to the 2A Brotherhood podcast.
Josh is sick.
But I'm alive.
That's good. That's good. Let me see if we actually went live.
Yeah, waste not, want not, right? Yeah, that's the quote of the day. How about it's like,
Waste not, want not.
I couldn't think of the quote of the day. It actually completely slipped my mind. But that's okay. We're two men down tonight.
Oh snap!
We're a day late and $1 short.
We are live.
Yep, everything's good to go.
All right. Let me share that on the Facebook. Okie dokie. All right. So we were talking about how Virginia, of all states, has an assault weapons ban. Let's go talk about that.
Alrighty. So there's a bill, I believe it's called SB 918.
SB 918.
Oh no. Wrong one. So here it is. House and Senate have passed party line vote measurement gun control bills sailing through Virginia General Assembly. Check this out. The House and the Senate have passed on party line vote measures that would ban assault weapons. Sponsored by Helmer, the House version passed 51-49. The Senate bill, brought by Deeds, passed 21-19. Both bills would prohibit the sale of any assault weapon manufactured after July 1st, 2024.
So, how do they define assault weapon?
Let's see. The term defined in the bill: assault firearm. Look, now they're switching it. What was it? Assault weapon. Now it's an assault firearm.
Mm-hmm.
Assault firearm does not include any firearm that is an antique firearm, has been rendered permanently inoperable, is manually operated by bolt, pump, lever, or slide action, or was manufactured before July 1st, 2024. The bill also prohibits the sale of large capacity ammunition feeding device. Of a large capacity ammunition feeding device.
So what's the feeding device limited to?
It actually does not say.
So basically, I could say like anything.
Class 1 misdemeanor. Yeah, right.
If you sell it or if you own it.
It's person guilty of class 1 misdemeanor, and that any person who imports, sells, barters, or transfers a large capacity ammunition feeding device.
So basically, in Virginia, us Marylanders can't go and buy anything over 10 again.
Yeah, isn't that similar to the bill that was passed in Maryland in the 90s?
It wasn't. I think it was in the 2000s.
The Clinton bill or whatever it was.
Well, that was just nationwide.
Oh,
yeah, that was nationwide. But I know in Maryland, so you can't buy a magazine over 10 rounds, but you can go and get one. So you can't sell it, you can't buy it. But you could go to another state, buy it, and bring it here, and you don't get in trouble, which is stupid.
Wait, but do you have to be are you allowed to be a resident of the state and do that?
Yeah,
You can leave the state, buy it, come back. Like,
yeah.
you,
I, I can go to Virginia, go buy a 30-round magazine, and then come back, and it's completely legal. So it doesn't make any sense. Like, why even pass that? You're literally losing revenue to another state.
yeah, exactly. Well, they probably did that on purpose because I don't know if they even, the politicians and the gun manufacturers get along too well.
Well, the politicians don't know shit. So
Yeah.
when it comes, so read that part that it said that it described what it will not cover. It was the part where it's like pump, lever, blah blah blah.
The bill provides that an assault firearm does not include. Matter of fact, let me zoom in and I'll share it so everybody can see it. Here we go. The bill it's on this side. All right. The bill provides that an assault firearm does not include any firearm that is an antique firearm, has been rendered permanently inoperable, is manually operated by bolt, pump, lever, or slide action, or manufactured after or before July 1st, 2024.
Okay, so the pump, lever, bolt, and slide action. So what the fuck does it cover?
Muzzle? I don't know.
Well, a muzzle loader is. I mean, I guess you could buy new muzzle loaders.
Technically, it's a bolt.
Well, yeah, like an AR-15 is technically a slide action, bolt action, semi-automatic. You know what I mean?
Fully semi-automatic.
Fully semi-automatic blunderbuss.
Yeah, and it comes with what was it? Large capacity ammunition feeding device.
Yeah. So what is this gonna cover? Like that like reading this bill doesn't make any sense because it says manually operated by bolt. I guess anything that is semi-automatic could be. You can kind of blanket this with that term because it says manually operated by bolt, pump, lever, or slide. So, like, technically, a semi-automatic handgun, it doesn't you don't manually feed the rest of the rounds after you feed one in there. So that could be a blanket term for that, right?
They're using, yeah. It's like very vague. I don't know. Understand, like they're just, but it says here that it's not being right. Or am I reading it wrong? The bill provides that an assault firearm does not include weapons that are manually operated by bolt, pump, lever, or slide action.
Exactly. And so the manual operation, so like when you have a lever action or a pump, that's a manual every time you shoot. So technically a semi-automatic shotgun is gonna fall. It's not gonna fall under this protection because at least that's what I'm thinking. Or a semi-automatic rifle or a semi-automatic handgun is all going to be fall under this because it's not a manual operating thing.
And I guess large capacity ammunition feeding devices will also fall under this bill. I think whoever wrote it had no idea what they were talking about.
But how many rounds can you have in the large capacity feeding device?
Okay. Matter of fact, let me see if I can pull up the the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Large capacity ammunition feeding device. All right. Means magazine, belt, drum, feed strip, or similar device manufactured. Okay. More than 10 rounds of ammunition, but does not include an attached tubular device designed to accept and capable of operating only with 22 caliber rimfire ammunition.
So
So
basically,
anything more than 10 rounds.
for
The
and
large capacity ammunition feeding device.
yeah, I knew they were going to do the 10-round shit. That's like the
Okay.
cool. That's like the cool number to do. I think Jersey's like 6.
6 rounds?
Don't quote me on that.
What the heck? For a pistol or just
Everything.
can you own rifles in Jersey?
So you can, but I've heard like,
Wait 2 years.
so the feeding devices, high capacity feeding devices are limited. I know that. And then also you cannot have a collapsible or telescoping stock. So like if you buy a stock that can make it shorter
Yep.
or longer. Yeah, apparently if you have that, it's not allowed in Jersey because it makes you too tactical or some shit. I don't know. It's weird.
I like how they decided to just call it a large capacity ammunition feeding device instead of a magazine,
Yeah.
Like how is
Well,
10 rounds constitute or considered a large capacity?
well, anything above it is going to be considered, which really sucks because now like you have to drive to PA or West Virginia to get a 30-round magazine.
Yeah. That's right. But this is more than 10 rounds of ammunition, but does not include an attached tubular device designed to accept and capable of operating with only 22 caliber rimfire ammunition. So does that mean it doesn't apply to rimfire or to 22s?
I don't know.
Because technically, it has to be rimfire.
What's rimfire?
It's where the what's it called?
The firing pin?
Yeah, it hits the rim of the cartridge instead of the center.
Mm.
I'll show you a picture of a spent cartridge.
No, so they might be doing that because a lot of like Hilti guns and stuff like that, they use 22. They use 22 caliber shells, except there's just no slug. You put like, you know what I mean? It has like a nail, and you push it up and you pull it. It's like pow.
Yeah,
And then you got a string for sealing wire and stuff like that. Got you.
yeah. Those are you talk the what's the name, the guns, the air compressor.
No,
They're
22
cartridge.
Yeah.
Almost like like how a nail gun is.
Yeah, I mean that's basically what it is. It's a nail gun for concrete.
So, but you just wouldn't need an air compressor, right? You did because it's all in the 22.
Yeah, so it basically, sorry about that. It basically comes with, it's like a strip of 22 caliber casings, except there's no slug. So when you put it in, it basically uses the force of the knock to propel the nail through the concrete.
Those are specifically made for doing concrete jobs.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you could use it in other stuff, but it's kind of overkill.
It would just go straight through the wood, man.
Maybe.
Outside the house.
Well, that's one of the things that construction workers use it for. It's like they'll put a piece of wood over the concrete and they'll put a nail in it and they'll drive it through that, but also into the concrete. So it'll go through the wood and the concrete and it'll fasten.
Yeah, man. Those things are kind of cool. Remember, we used to find them like all over the place at the church, like in where the loading docks were.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember our cousin, A,
Mm-hmm.
he would hold them with like a pair of like needle nose pliers, and then like hit with a hammer. You know what I mean? And it would just go off in his hand. It would just be so loud, dude. He did it in his basement one day. Had dude, all of our ears were ringing.
Yeah. Yeah, the 22s are freaking loud.
What was the what were they called again? What did you say? It's like a concrete nail gun.
I mean, you could Google that. The one I used to use was a Hilti concrete nail gun.
Ramset.
Yeah.
Do they make higher calibers?
I don't know.
Could you imagine that? Like if they had like 45 caliber blanks.
Jeez. That would just because like I remember using it. They had different like I guess they were different calibers. I guess how much powder was in there because they had the green ones, then it was yellow, and then it was red. And the red would just destroy the concrete around. The green was kind of whack. Yeah, there you go. The green was really whack because like half the time it didn't have enough power to drive it into the concrete. Mm-hmm. The yellow is where it was at. I never had the black ones though. Those red ones were pretty strong.
And so what's the? Huh?
I said I can only imagine what those black ones, how much freaking kick they had.
Is it just the amount of gunpowder that's in them? Or something like that, or
yeah, I don't know. I know like there was like different strengths, and green was like the lightest, and I didn't even know they had black. I thought it was just green, yellow, and red. Yeah, that Hilti's expensive, man, but they make such good stuff. When I was over in Japan, it was just, like here you go to a construction site and you see DeWalt, Milwaukee, you know what I mean, everything. In Japan, it was just straight up Hilti everything. Hilti gang boxes, Hilti drills, Hilti impacts, you know what I mean? Hilti hand tools.
Where are they based out of?
I have no idea. I think it's I think it's a U.S. company, but I could be wrong.
Hilti Company is still family owned. Global headquarters in Shan, in the Principality of Liechtenstein. Liechtenstein. The USA headquarters is in Plano, Texas.
Plano. But is it where's the company based out of?
Liechtenstein.
Liechtenstein? Yeah, but
what country?
What country is it?
The country of Liechtenstein.
Oh, right. I didn't even know that was a country. Liechtenstein.
Austria. I
Okay.
guess it's connected. It's in Austria, yeah. Or
Okay.
maybe it is. There's the border. Maybe it is its own country.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
How about that? You learn something new.
Right?
Sean Liechtenstein.
Or Sean Lincolnstein Hilty, based out of. It's
Abu Dhabi.
yeah,
Go ahead.
that's a good place to go.
Abu Dhabi.
Yeah, Abu Dhabi. It's so safe there, man. It's and Dubai.
You been over there before?
No, but that's
Would you like?
one. Yeah, I've never been there. I'd love to go. It's what the oil money has done to that area because it's so rich. It's like the freaking buildings. I mean, they've it's just beautiful over there.
Yeah, man.
Some of the richest people in the world live there. You know what I mean?
Abu Dhabi.
And they're just pouring money into that area. You know what I mean? It's not
Yeah.
like they're just like raping the freaking the landscape and not doing anything with it. They're putting a lot of money into the tourism. Like you see that like they built that. That's not, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's
I
like
wonder how long
freaking
it took them.
I don't know. When you got oil money, couldn't be too
Right.
long.
Man, that looks wild, yo. It's like a huge
Right?
resort. I guess they were building a second one next door. Dude, that's
It's
wild.
it was probably one prince, and then the other one was like, I like what he's doing. Build me
Let's do
one.
another. Dude, imagine how much it costs to stay there,
I don't know.
to rent a villa or to live there or whatever.
I would just love to go swimming.
For real. Look, they tried to do the world, remember?
Yeah, yeah.
And it failed, apparently.
No, there was another place where they were making like man-made islands to be like a mini version of all the continents. It was like somewhere in the Pacific. I don't know if they ever did it or not.
In the Pacific Ocean?
Yeah.
You know where specifically?
It's somewhere over there.
Dude, that's a big
Yeah.
ocean.
That's a big
All
ass
right, well, let's
ocean.
start right here.
What is that?
Dude, I don't know, man. There's an airport here. Dude, it's so small. Imagine living there, bro.
All right.
I don't know what's gonna happen.
I wonder what the feeding device limit is in that island.
Hey, yeah,
Jeez, what is that?
Mr.
that-
Crab.
All right. What the heck is that?
Some kind of fish.
Right?
Oh. Yeah, I'm not sure. So this I said some random island, but apparently, remember out here, that's where they did the nuclear bomb tests
Mm-hmm.
in Bikini Atoll. It looks almost identical. Marshall Islands. Here we go. This is where they tested the nukes, and they paid a whole bunch of all the indigenous people. The military basically moved them, and they used this area as a nuke site. And pretty much, there was so much nuclear material that was like scattered all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
People obviously could not move back to They couldn't move back to their island, and they just collected all the material and put it in a like a big vat, and then filled it with concrete. Except now the water level is like rising, and I guess the radiation is like seeping into the water.
Oh, jeez.
And so, and not only that, but with this nuke, this is the crater from the nuke.
Mm.
And that's where they say the whole SpongeBob show comes from. They nuked Bikini Atoll, and now SpongeBob and his friends got radiation poisoning him came to life. But yeah, it's Castle Bravo. Castle Bravo. I forget what it's called. Concrete dome. Oh, it's literally right next to it, I think.
Was that the dome? I mean, the where they dropped it.
Yes, that's where the nuke was dropped at the edge of the thing. But this is what the dome looks like, and it's all the nuke stuff just buried there.
Yeah, I think was that Switzerland. What is the like? What's the shelf life of nuclear waste? I think it's like 16 years or something like that.
Like how long it stays radioactive?
Yeah, because after a while, it's not radioactive anymore, so you could just like dump it.
A few hours to hundreds of millions of years.
What? Because I think like Sweden or I think it was Sweden. They just like they build a bunker and are just storing it underground, waiting for it to be not nuclear.
Yeah, I've seen them. People like some governments store it in like water,
Mm-hmm.
prevents the radiation from spreading, and then like in lead cases. You know what I'm talking about? Just like
Yeah.
like lead. They put the fuel rods in like lead tubes or like fill them with water or something. I don't know, something like that. It's something wild because something about it prevents all radiation from escaping outside of these tubes. Something about lead. So, in case there's a nuclear bomb, remember, always have some lead.
Well, back in the day, it was the refrigerators. That's what they were lined in.
Oh yeah, hop inside the fridge. Yeah,
Yeah, that's why it was like a big thing back in the day, because that was one of the things that they said about your refrigerator, that it could help you survive a nuclear blast.
yeah, and that's precisely why you go get an X-ray and they put the lead blanket thing over you.
Yeah.
Smock cuts out all the radiation. But could you imagine, man, if a nuke went off and you just ran to your fridge and started throwing everything out?
Get in there. Or your tub. Back in the day, the tubs were like lined in lead. Had like a layer of lead in between stuff.
And then have like lead curtains. Shower curtains.
Lead everything. Let everything.
Now they don't care about you, so they just make it out of cheap materials.
Yeah, now they're like, they care about you being smart or something.
Yeah, who knows? Who knows what's gonna happen? They don't. What was it, Iran? Something about them having already building a nuke. I mean, they've been talking about them getting their hands on a nuke for like years. or something like that. But
Yeah.
I don't think there's going to be a nuclear war. At least not in the next couple years.
I hope not, because I got kids now. You know what I'm saying? That's the bad. That's the bad thing about when you have kids. You don't just think about yourself anymore. You don't actually think about yourself at all anymore. You know what I mean? All you think about is the kids.
Yeah.
You know. So
Mouths
hopefully,
to pay, bills to feed.
yeah. I hope they, this generation or this country keeps it together until at least 20 years. So both of the boys could be up and at 'em.
Yeah, at least ready to go in case the war breaks out. We must protect this house.
Yeah, hopefully. You never know what they're going to be taught. The next propaganda.
Dude, propaganda.
Yeah, the propaganda. You never know what the propaganda is going to be.
Yeah, man, I don't know.
Right now, is the propaganda right now is very anti-American. Now I'm getting sick, Josh. You got me sick over the internet.
Hey, so sorry. It's the remember the Smell-O-Vision or whatever.
Yeah, that was on Nickelodeon.
I remember went straight through.
Yeah, they had the 3D and then the Smell-O-Vision, and you had to buy Lunchables, and you got the 3D glasses, and then you got the little scratch and sniffs that it would tell you to scratch and sniff during the show. And it'd be like, put on your 3D glasses, and you put them on. And I remember one show, it was like just a ball bouncing off the screen, and it felt like it was bouncing off your face.
Incredible, man. Like I still don't understand how that 3D stuff works at the movie theater.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. I think it like distorts the image, so it like gives it more depth. I don't know. I have no idea. It's really cool though. Like I wish they would have made like 3D home TVs and movies and it actually stick. You know what I'm saying? Because they have movies in 3D and they come out in 3D, but like there was like a short period of time they were making 3D TVs.
Yeah, that was very short-lived. Actually,
especially the video games. That would have been cool. But now it's like the Oculus stuff. Pretty soon you're just gonna put goggles on and you're just gonna be in there.
Yeah. I know you've seen the people all walking around with the Apple goggles, the headset. I'm talking about.
No, Apple has a headset.
Yeah, their new VR thing. It's like an augmented reality, virtual reality headset.
Huh.
Yeah,
I haven't seen that one.
Walking around, and everyone's like, "Oh, it's all Black Mirror now."
So what? They put it on and just walk around? Do they see like what's actually in front of them, or is it like something different?
Yeah, they can. It's like turning on, like wearing a pair of glasses.
Mm-hmm.
And then like turning on and off, like whatever you like. You could wear the goggles and then go sit down and pull up, a spreadsheet and like pretend to do it, or like play a game or whatever.
So I remember the Meta, like Facebook has a pair of what are they called? Ray-Bans. Yeah, no, Ray-Bans. Right? It's Ray-Ban glasses. And they have like cameras on them. And I think you could like pull up stuff in your lenses and stuff like that. You could go live from your glasses. If you like say, like Ray-Bans start recording and it starts recording and you can go live. I actually want a pair of those, except you can't get a prescription.
You said you want one?
Yeah, I want a pair of those. That'd be mad cool. Can you imagine going to the shooting range and you just like hit a button? It's literally your point of view. It's not on top of your head. You know what I mean? It's not on your chest. It's not on your wrist. It's literally your point of view. The cameras are like right here. Can you see? They're like cameras are like right here. So it's literally eye level, your eyes. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
No,
dude,
you-
this thing is crazy. Can you see my the screen share?
Yeah, yeah.
Ask Meta AI.
And I think you could just you could say like Ray-Bans start recording. It was like a bunch of stuff.
How long
I-
ago was this?
That was recent. I just saw it not that long ago.
Remember the Google Glass?
Mm-mm.
This is like years ago. They tried to do this as like a scouter.
Oh yeah. I remember that, and I was giving people like horrible headaches.
Yeah, man.
I can only imagine.
It just doesn't look like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, I think like one of the features of those Ray-Bans was like if somebody was talking to you in a foreign language, it would like translate on your glasses.
Oh, weird. Yeah, man, that Google stuff, man. They're it's incredible how advanced their AIs are getting with how quickly it can translate, like detect a language, translate it,
Mm-hmm.
and then like, you know, and then reverse translate it again, you know.
Yeah, that's why when I go to the Russian store and my hand gestures and horrible Russian speaking self doesn't work, I just pull out my phone and I go from English to Russian, except when they try to type it, I don't have a Russian keyboard. So they can't type back. And then they just sit there and ask me the same question, like shibba-doo-doo, shibba-doo-doo. I'm like, I don't know what you're saying. Like you saying it over and over again is not going to make me understand you.
That's where you hit the the voice speak button and record their voice.
Yeah, I never thought of doing that.
Translate it into English. You should speak to them in Albanian and see how they respond. Maybe they know a little bit.
Probably be like, "Как дела? Привет. Manangala Piska." Apparently, that's like really, really like if you to say eating Yahoo to somebody is like really bad. It's like one of the worst things you can actually say to someone. It's like I think it's like a translation of like "go fuck yourself" or "go sit on a dick" or something like that. It's like it's really bad.
That's a funny one, man.
Eating Yahoo.
Eating Nahowitz.
Eating Yahoo. Yeah, when I asked, so this is how you know it's bad, because when I asked my wife what it meant, her face completely changed. Like just me asking her that was like a different face. You know what I mean? It's like the same to Chief Shamaman in Albanian.
Was it like a horrified, like?
Yeah, it's like I guess it's just when they hear it because it's so bad. You know what I mean? They can't help but get that reaction. Like even though you're not, I wasn't saying it to her. Like her face, she was like, "That's not anything good." I was like, "Well, what is it?" And she was like, "It's like go F yourself, go sit on a dick." I was like,
like multiple insults in one.
I guess. No.
Go sit on a dick.
Just like on Happy Days. I don't know if you ever saw Happy Days back in the day on like Nickelodeon, Nick at Night. And then be like, "Hey, Chachi, why don't you go to the stadium and sit on it?" Go sit on it.
We gotta ask our Ukrainian friend for like a as close as a definition, or translation into English as he can give us what that actually means. You think President Putin says it?
Probably. He probably
He's
says
talking
it
to his top generals. No.
as he sends them over to get hung in front of his people.
To get hung in front of who?
In front of his people, just to let everybody know, like, you do not mess up. Why is this war still going on? You didn't know it. String them up.
He gives them the signal. Hang these Idinahois.
These dick sitters. Oh man,
that was a good laugh.
Dude, like other language, it's like in Albanian, if you ever said like literal translations when it comes to other languages to another language is like really funny. Because it's like when you translate something from Albanian to English and it's like, oh, okay, that makes sense. But it's like the way it's used, it's like different. If that makes sense. You know what I mean?
So it's like the way it's used in Albanian is not the way you would use it translated to English?
Yeah. I mean, the meaning is correct. Like, Tulumshin Duart, right? Tulumshin Duart is like if someone makes a good meal for you, you tell them like Tulumshin Duart, like long live your hands or God bless your hands. Because it's so good, right? But like when you say God bless your hands, it's like what? It's like, you know what I mean? Yeah. But in Albanian, it makes complete sense. It's like translating a joke from a different language. It's never funny.
I'm sorry, excuse me.
Welcome to the Two-Way Brotherhood Podcast, where we have technical issues every time. Riverside sucks. But yeah, so back to that Virginia law. That just sounds funny to me. You know, it does sound funny. It sounds like it's like a very vague term where they could try to use anything that is semi-automatic. Quote me on that. We'll see after July 1st of 2024 what they're going to be able to sell legally in Virginia. It just sounds very funny to me. It's like a blanket term that if it's manual, that's the part that is like kind of funky. It's like they sat around the table. It was like, how can we make this sound as harmless as possible, but be able to use it to basically ban every single firearm possible? Let's put manually, pump action, lever action, slide action. It's like what is slide action if it's not semi-automatic? Let's Google it. All right, let's Google slide action rifle.
So sorry.
That's cool. Okay, so a slide action rifle.
You're looking at the bill again?
Huh?
You were looking at the bill again?
Yeah, I mean, I was just talking about it while what while you're, I mean, on your hiatus. So a slide action rifle or shotgun having a lever that when slide back and forth ejects an empty cartridge and cocks and reloads the piece.
The piece.
Right?
Which piece?
The piece. Yeah, so they have a lot of like here, let me share my screen. So they have like this rifle, which is basically an AR, except it looks less harmless. And then what the heck is this thing? Winchester Model 61 slide action rifle. The thing is huge. And then so tiny.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Small and big at the same time.
Yeah. It's like Kevin Hart.
Yeah, I'm gonna need that extended warranty for the price on the house.
That is one of the funniest parts of that whole movie. Okay, so so this is like the cowboy guns, except it's a pump action. Or is this part considered the slide action? Does that make sense to you, Josh?
Maybe the pump. Is this how many rounds can you put inside the shotgun?
Because shotguns is usually 6 and 1, right?
Is it the same with this Winchester thing? The slide action?
Yeah, I have no idea. This is like really weird. But I know like the lever action, like this down here. You see this part? The cowboy gun. You put it inside of that tubing underneath of the barrel.
Mm-hmm.
So as you those, but they're expensive.
Let's see.
But yeah, so like this one is like it has like a pump shotgun. Like what is this? Like that's mad little.
Winchester Model 61.
Long gun slide action lot 5-1 blah blah heritage auction.
The pump action is referred to as slide action or trombone action.
Trombone.
A trombone action. Yeah, that's funny.
Okay, so now we know that. I guess that's why this is slide action, because I looked up rifle. Slide action.
Winchester Models.
No, they have a slide action revolver. What?
Excuse me. I'm gonna check this out. I want to look at that rifle, man. Did you get the revolver?
Yeah, look at it. Am I still sharing?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, how is this slide action revolver? Gotta love Google. Slide action revolver. All it does is revolve. Like it's supposed to.
Just revolves. Looks like a laser gun, man. The second one.
This one?
Yeah.
It's like some futuristic bow spit.
Okay, so the model
61.
60, yeah. Oh, it's 22.
Oh, maybe that's what they were talking about then. Because in the bill, it like specifically mentioned a 22 caliber.
Mm-hmm.
And it was talking about how it was like fed inside of the tubing in the magazine. Yeah.
Yeah, the what was it called? Magazine, high capacity magazine feeding device.
No, the high capacity feeding device. Ammunition feeding device.
Yeah.
I think that was the term.
Let me see. So maybe Whoever wrote the bill, I don't know what they were trying to do.
Well, that's what I was saying. It like while you were gone, I was like, it just seems fishy to me. Seems fishy to me that because like the manual part of that bill, that word manual,
Hmm.
I think that is what they're going to try to use to try to ban like every single semi-automatic anything. Because like technically, semi-automatic shotgun that would be no bueno because it's not manually being fed.
So instead of um, uh, um a shotgun, so it has to be a rifle that you manually have to eject a cartridge,
Yep.
reload it yourself instead of it being like a gas operated one like the AR is.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean that's what makes it semi-automatic. I mean, is a revolver technically a semi-automatic,
If
or is
it's
it just a revolver?
well, if it's what was it? It's single action. Um,
Then
let's
that
see.
wouldn't be, because it needs to be double action in order for it to spin by itself. If it's single action, you have to cock the hammer back, and that is what moves the cylinder over. Then you
Mhm.
pull the trigger. Double action is you could pull the trigger and it'll spin and pull the hammer back and strike. Or you could pull the hammer back and then pull the trigger.
Yeah. Remember the guy who shoots the firearms instructor who shoots the ceiling? He's like, "Hey, if you want to do single action, you can do this." You're like, "Did you mean to do that?" He's like, "Yeah."
Yeah, that was a 44 Magnum too. Ugh.
Mm.
Have you ever shot one of those, Josh?
Not a 44 Magnum, no.
It is
Is it
very
life
interesting.
changing?
It's very interesting. It's so freaking strong, and it's like after the, like you're just worried about the recoil. At least I was when I went to go shoot it. I was so worried about the recoil because I went with the Dominicans when I used to work with the Dominicans. We went to On Target, and we rented a 44 Magnum, and yeah, it was just I was just worried about the recoil the whole time. Like even when I put because like with Rob's 357 mag that he has, when I pull that hammer back, I literally that is the best shooting gun that I've ever shot with. Is when you pull that hammer back, it takes that squeeze to,
Hmm.
you know what I mean, for it to move up and down. It makes it so much less, so it's like less chance of doing an error.
I love that 357, man.
Oh yeah, dude, I want one of those.
It's so beautiful.
Yeah, but it's like kind of like I don't know what. But anyway, like the 44 mag,
Mhm.
I was worried that it was gonna fly out of my hand. It was just so much because the handle is like pretty freaking small. You know what I mean? For how strong it is, like you see that handle.
Yeah,
That's
man.
that's the exact. It looks like you have like two fingers on it. One, I'm sorry, three fingers on it, a thumb, and then your trigger finger.
Yeah, it's all it's like top heavy. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah. So I shot like shit with it.
That grip is comfortable though.
It is, but it just feels mad small in your hand.
Mm.
You know what I mean? A snub nose. Is that a 44 Magnum snub nose? Oh my god.
Can you imagine?
Just imagine how loud that is.
It just flies out of your hand.
Yeah.
Like your hand stays still, but the gun's going.
Is that real or is that like someone just photoshopping bullspit? Is that a
Taurus
tour?
Raging Bull.
Jeez.
Let's find out. Taurus Raging Bull Ultralight. Dude, it's real.
Is it? Oh my God! Could you see if you could find a video of shooting it?
Nope, we had to retire that business. I'm Wheelman, Full Metal Jacket, FMJ today. So get seated and we get going with the video.
FMJ.
So this is
today.
actually one of my favorite wheel guns right here. I love this thing. It's going to be heavy. This thing's only 27 ounces. That's hard to believe in a revolver. Shut it on your cylinder. Press it closed right here. Always
Let's do some
just
shooting.
because. Do we have
Come
a
on,
misfire with it? That's a big round to have a misfire.
Did we have a
in.
misfire?
Nope. We are out. 6. I didn't realize we had already fired 6 rounds there.
Oh, we missed
I'm
it.
enjoying shooting more than I am counting.
I think
with
he had
this thing.
accidentally left
But-
them in, right? Oh,
That thing. Let it swing back.
dang, man.
I thought it would be kicking his ass a little more.
Yeah, maybe there's another one.
Taurus Raging Bull.
All right, guys. Well, I'm down here at Holly Springs Tactical Gun Range today with the very first shots video of the Taurus Ultralight Type.
Titanium.
That's not bad at all.
Yeah. That was gonna be a lot more replay
Right?
than that.
Jeez. See, that's what I want to do. I want to go to a shooting range like this. You see what I'm saying? And then
Yeah, man.
shoot like watermelons or like jugs of water. That would be freaking awesome. And have like movement and tactical stuff.
Yeah, dude, like going to the doing like urban operations and stuff.
Dude, H has classes like that. If you ever want to time it up here to come up, then we could all go take a weekend class of his, like the weekend rifle class. Because he takes, dude, when he told me what they did in his class, he like takes you into the woods in his property, and then he like teaches you how to survive that way. And then like you have, it sounded pretty cool.
Dang, he teaches survival skills.
Yeah.
Like what plants to eat and stuff, and like
Yeah, he's
in a rabbit.
that would be cool. I would love to go hunting. That's another thing I want. I want to start doing is freaking go hunting. It'd be awesome if I could go to like elk hunting, shoot an elk, and then have like delicious, organic elk meat. Like even if I have to pay like, you know what I mean, like $2,000 to get it like cut and all that stuff and processed and then sent over to Maryland, that would still be, I would still save money. Because like if you shoot one elk, you can have like a whole year of food.
Dang, seriously?
That big as shit.
Man, that's wild. A whole year.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, I've seen like there was a guy getting trampled by an elk because he was trying to pet it. They were out in the wild. They were on some snowmobiles.
Oh man.
Yeah, and he just starts getting like, he tries to like sneak up and like pet it, and then as soon as you see it, like the elk turns around because you know it's about to like start bucking his back legs,
Yeah.
and then he falls straight to the ground, and then his friends try to come up, man. Oh, yo, it was crazy.
And he's just getting beat up by an elk.
Twam, twam. Remember the deer? Deer fight. Oh, here it is. Not the elk, but the deer thing.
What is a deer beating up somebody?
Cranbrook deer versus cat.
Yo, look get from under this damn car. Yo, damn. Shit. Amazing what you fucking find. What's up, girl? You feel good. Oh, shit, you look good. Shit. What's up with the number? That's what I'm saying. Oh, fuck you too then. Fuck is this? Yo, who the fuck is this little nigga by my daughter? What up, man? Yo, Keisha, get your ass over here. Real talk. Don't play that bullshit. Fuck is wrong with you? Who is this little ass nigga? Some friend of mine. Real. I told you about talking to strangers. I'll fuck his little ass up. Hey, dog, you to chill out with that shit, man. Real talk. Hey, bring your ass on. Matter of fact. What the fuck? Oh, yeah. Let's go. Hey, why the fuck is this nigga following us? Real talk. Man. About to beat the... Why the fuck? I was bringing down strangers and shit. What the fuck is that over there? Yo, Shotty got a nice ass. Real talk. I keep hearing that shit. Why are you laying down for? Damn, she fine. What?
What happened?
Me, fuck ass bitch. I'm the fucking shit, nigga. I'll beat the fuck out you. Fuck gang, nigga. Fuck gang.
God
fuck
damn.
gang, nigga. Pop, pop, here, bitch. 12, nigga. 12.
Twam.
Man, I don't like how you come in fucking my hood and shit. Hey, Joy. Fuck, nigga. Fuck, hey, nigga, bitch. Hey, I'm the shit. Fucking pussy.
Yeah, that was like back in the day. I mean, as you can tell, the video quality is
Bruh, I lost my headphones.
no worries.
I'm trying to turn up the volume on this. What the fuck? What the fuck that goes? Oh, here we go. Talk.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. I'm on my wife's Mac, so I don't really know how to use it. I gotta like finagle stuff.
No worries.
Cause mine is completely done so.
Done or like.
No, I have to have it plugged in like all the time because
Uh,
as soon as I unplug it, it just dies.
is that one of those new ones that you can't take the battery out of?
I have no idea. This HP is an H piece of poop ever since I bought it. I should have returned it. Huh?
I had to do that with my sister gave my dad a laptop
Mm-hmm.
and we bought a new battery for him because he had the same problem where you unplug it and it just dies. But after that, it worked fine.
Yeah, but I mean, this thing is just slow, man. Like, out of the box, it was just a piece of junk. And I should have just returned it back to freaking Best Buy. But when you're smoking weed, you know, you tend to forget things.
You gotta turn it in and get the Levino. Yo, is that a Levino?
How do you say it? Levino?
Lenovo.
Lenovo.
Yeah. He just always be saying Levino for some reason.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't know either. And plus, I can, like, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, buddy. I'm about to go get some sleepings because it's 1 a.m. over here, sir.
Alrighty.
Some great conversation. Hey, everybody. Check out my TikTok. Go to my TikTok shop and get some Jesus apparel. Get some funny hats on there, too. All righty. And then
Alrighty.
God is always good.
Amen. Thanks for watching the 2A Brotherhood podcast.
And remember, let's see what's going to happen in Virginia after July 1st of this year and see what they try to get rid of there.
See how the gun crime, what ends up happening with all that.
Yeah, the gun
Anyway,
crime
God
is
bless
only
y'all.
going to go better. It's only going to get worse.
Yeah, well, as sad as it is to say.
All right.
Alrighty, I'm gonna go ahead and play this outro.
Once you get into that, you start getting into a situation, the slippery slope, where all of a sudden you're going to really violate the Second Amendment. I don't want to do anything to violate the Second Amendment. To me, the Second Amendment is very important.
All right.